We were 10 minutes 20 years ago from filing divorce papers. I was a jerk is a mild way of putting it. And I was a foul-mouthed, angry, bitter, jaded, cynical man, sober, but just not a nice man. And Tammy had had enough, and she asked for a divorce, and we filled out papers, and I'm not going to go into great detail. We were literally driving to the courthouse to file those papers. And she said, pull over. And I thought she was going to be sick. As you can imagine, at that point, we were married 8 years, and it was ending, you know. And I thought she was nauseous, and she said, this is wrong, let's go home. And at that point in my life, I knew what kind of man I was. I looked at my brother, I looked at my father, I looked at the male cousins in our families. Every one of us were rage freaks. We were just not good men. And I said to her, you deserve better than me, and you're out. She goes, what do you mean? I go, you're out. We file these papers. You can find somebody to love you the way you deserve to be loved. I'm sorry, Tam. I said, I'm trying. I mean, I read every book I can get my hands on. I tried everything I could think of. And anyway, she said, let's go home. And I met a man. The only reason I'm mentioning this is because I met a man on the road, a Christian man. And he put Bible tapes in my hands, and it took 1.5 years before I would open up those tapes. And it was the book of Ecclesiastes that led me to Christ. And when I first shared that at a church, I had Christians grabbing me in the hall going, Ecclesiastes? God used Ecclesiastes? Are you kidding me? I go, what's the problem? They go, well, it's a pretty cynical book. I go, well, you didn't know me like he knew me, trust me. I found Ecclesiastes exhilarating. And then I went from there to Job, because Job was really exhilarating. I'm telling you, I used to read Job and laugh. I mean, when you start really understanding that this is God's word, and you see fireballs coming out of the sky to kill your cattle, I mean, it isn't like your cows died of hoof and mouth. Flame balls came out of the sky and killed his entire herd. So some guy walks in, he goes, man, I gotta tell you, somebody's got it in for you, man. So anyway, I just found Job hysterical. I mean, you know, and the verse that broke me was Genesis 1:1, in the beginning God, and that was probably 2 or 3 months into studying the Bible when I really heard that. And anyway, Tammy shares on the My Heart, My Comedy about what she went through a little bit during that period. And we ran the gambit. So we have built our life on a foundation of biblical foundation. And so far it's worked for the last 20 years. And I can't think of how close I came to losing. There's nights, I gotta tell you, I lay in bed and I lay my hands on my wife and pray that I don't do something to mess this thing up. And I look at her laying there with drool coming down the side. I love you, baby, so much. I mean,